of swan wings and nettle stings. Chapter 1, Mist. But now they drift on the still water. Mysterious, beautiful. Among what rushes will they build? By what lake's edge or pool delight men's eyes? When I awake someday to find they have flown away. I was supposed to be a boy. 11 girls came before me. With each pregnancy, my mother assured my father, the king, that this time, an heir would be born. In this term, she left nothing to chance. She consulted the wise woman, of course. She did the spells under the moon. She wore the written charm about her thigh in the marriage bed. She conceived under the correct stars. You see, with each pregnancy and childbirth, my mother grew a little weaker. She knew I was to be her last. I think she knew that in her heart. And I had to be a boy. For the safety of her, for the safety of the babe in her belly. And on the fateful day I came into the world, she took one look at me and she died. And my father didn't look at me at all. I don't have a memory of my father ever speaking to me. For him, I was the 12th bead of disappointment on a string of shame. I was away the day my father's curse turned my sisters into swans. You see, the old nursemaid had taken me under her wing, given the circumstances. She had raised all my sisters, but the day my mother died was officially the end of her employment. She returned to the nursery often to sneak me out into the forest, away from my father, away from the danger she sensed. It would put the heart across you to know how tenderly she cared for me. We passed our time together amongst the wilderness and listening. She taught me to understand the gossip of the brook, the dance of the honeybee, the language of moss on tree. She taught me that to listen to the plants and animals was to become wise in the ways of things. So that's how we came to be in the forest, the day Father cursed my sisters. We returned to the castle late that day to find the nursery empty of sisters. White feathers littered the floor and furnishings. The acrid smell of dark magic was in the air. my father hadn't noticed my absence. Granted, he'd had to have noticed my existence first. We made haste for my nursemaid's cottage before he could realize the mistake. I remember running after my nursemaid into the dimming light of the forest. I remember glancing back over my shoulder, just in time to see the castle receding into the mist. I see that scene in my mind's eye over and over, perhaps because it's the last time I ever saw my father's castle. From that day on, nursemaid became Grandmother Prunella. I lived with her in her small hut, secretly content together. There was peace there, save one place, the corners of my heart. My sisters hadn't deserved such a fate. They didn't deserve to lose their mother. They didn't deserve a father who turned on them. And they did not deserve to spend the rest of their lives as mute, beautiful, feathered ones.